Hey folks, welcome back. So this is going to be the disassembly of the Skyzone Cobra X V2s. This is just a continuation of the review video from a week ago. That video was already getting to be too long, so I decided to break this out into its own separate video. If you have any questions about the assembly or disassembly or where to get parts, leave me a message down in the video description. Hit me up at tweetfv.com or tweetfv@gmail.com. And if you have any other questions, just hit up Skyzone's customer support. You'll find it on their website or in the link in the video description. All right, folks, here we go. All right, folks, so we've got the goggles here. First thing we're going to do is go ahead and remove your straps, remove your foam, and we're going to take the battery out. This is something I didn't like, because I found this battery bay extremely difficult to open up. Like I said, it's just one 18650. This does have built-in charging into it as well, which is just awesome. So we're going to take that out, make sure we got our SD card out, get our foam off. Now, there are two screws up here in the brow band, and they're kind of here in the center, so just kind of feel around until you can find the hole, and just poke your screwdriver in there. And I'm using a double-aught Phillips head screwdriver. Just run that. Got one screw there, and let's find that other one. So it's going to be symmetrical. Just poke around till you find that soft spot here. Oh, there it is, right there. There we go. This way we don't have to peel off the Velcro. The way the adhesive is, it's almost got like a fabric back to it, or like a paper back to it. If you peel this off, see, I'll peel a little bit here. It kind of leaves like the adhesive layers kind of split. So you don't want to do that. If you already got these on here, don't peel them off. Just leave it. And all we gotta do is we just gotta get that loose. I mean, we don't have to take it all the way out. I got another screw here. Other one here. And we got another one down here in the corner. So I'm brighten up that exposure. There we go, that's a little better. Another one here in this corner. So we got 6 screws. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Remember, there's 2 underneath the Velcro. And this front part should pull right off. That's what's holding up a little bit more still. There we go. So there's the front faceplate and the lens. If you need to get in here and clean it, this would be how you would get it out. Let's set that aside. So now we have the box part. To get this off, just kind of squeeze down in the front here to disengage these clips, and then same here, just squeeze it and you'll disengage those clips. Very easy to do. Another thing you can do if you want, you can use an old prop as a spudger. This works really well for getting around and popping clips off. Works for a lot of other things, not just this. Hey, look at that guy. So there's our mirror. Set that aside. Oh yeah, don't forget to take out your receiver module. Pop that guy out. And we have a couple boards down here to deal with. These have like the sliding, locking style ribbon connectors. A lot of people struggle with these, and they run the risk of damaging them. There's 2 different types. It seems like there's one where you push the connector this way to disengage it, and then there's another one where you flip it up. This appears to be the flip up style. Yeah. And you can usually tell because it has almost like a little, come on, focus. It almost has like a little hinge right here. So we'll go ahead and flip that up. Be very careful not to damage the ribbon cable. And we'll go ahead and flip this one up as well. Again, that prop tool, or that prop, could really come in handy here. If you look down inside of here, you can see, look right down inside of here, you can see that there is a plastic clip. I don't know how well that's going to show up on camera. There is a plastic clip right there. And we just need to lift up on that. And that will separate the lower half from the upper half, or upper half from the lower half. It's the same on the other side. Just get in there with a screwdriver or something stiff and just push on it, and it'll separate right there. And there we go. We've removed the bottom half with the battery tray. Now we're left with the display, which is really dirty. That's fine. We've got our disconnected ribbon cables here. And we're going to come up to here, and we can see we have our fan. Fan's held in by one more Phillips head. Pop that guy off there. And the fan should just... That's held in by two screws. There's another one right here. There we go. There's our fan. If you ever need to find a replacement fan, because yours died or is making a bunch of noise, there it is. The number on it is FD. That's Frank Delta 0535 S as in Sam 1112. A is an alpha. It's a DC 5-volt fan, and there you go. If I can find one, I'll put a link to it in the video description, just for, you know, I don't know if that link's going to stay good forever, but that's the fan. Pull this ribbon cable out of the way, and we can take this keyboard off. There's your button board with the wheel, if you ever had to replace that. That's assembly. Pretty neat how they do that. On this side, we have another roller button board we can take off. And there's the other one. And pull the rest of the screws out of here. And that separates the top half from the display. Another couple screws. And there's your main board. All the trimmings. Pop these two connectors off just with your fingernail. And let's see, we can flip that one up. So now we've removed the display. Set that aside. We have our main board here. All of the chips, all the ICs have been ground down to obfuscate who and what they're made by. So obviously Skyzone's trying to protect some of their IP. We got an ARM STM32F103 processor. And so this is something that I think will actually be a pretty high failure point. So this is where the module plugs in right here. And the issue that I see with it is that there's no real mechanical support. It's all supported by just these solder joints. So if you find that your module is cutting out and you got to like wiggle it around to make it work, it's going to be these solder joints have broken. All you got to do is get in here. This is very easy to tear apart. Get in here and just reinforce those with some more solder. This is the same failure mode that a lot of the Orca goggles are suffering at the moment. Same deal. You plug in this the receiver module into these pins a couple times. You've got antennas hanging from them. They're wiggle wobbling around. And these solder joints, they eventually fail because this shouldn't be a mechanical bond, but it's being used as that. And it seems to work, but the more and more you take the goggles in and out and have antennas wobbling around on them, the more likely those are going to break. So this is going to be your #1 failure point right here on these goggles. And same with the Orcas. And I just really haven't paid attention to how the Fat Sharks are designed, but I've never heard of any module base failing on those. But that's that on there. That's the main board. Pretty interesting board. V4. See, 210407 V4. So that's the main board there. Here is your power board. So you've got your voltage regulation and all that stuff here. That is your main board. This one is 2021-0518. Give you a nice close-up of it. Go ahead and pull this board off of here. There is one screw here in the corner. We're going to want to pull this ribbon cable all the way out to get to it. Again, it's the flip-up hingy style. This has got your SD card slot. I assume this is going to be all your DVR components are in this. Version 2.2. Again, like everything else, all the faces of the chips have been ground down. Give you a nice good close-up of that. And all we have left is the display on this carrier here. These are some really small screws. And yes, don't worry, folks. I'm going to be able to put this back together for sure. It's all piece, parts and pieces. The only way this really goes bad is if you destroy those ribbon cables or the connectors. So there's a back supporting plate. Here is the display. I don't see any markings on it or identification, so you could order a replacement. Unfortunately, this is, I don't know who makes this. There's no information on it. Yeah, unfortunately, that is all she wrote right there. So there you go. That's the inside of a set of Skyzone Cobra X's. These are the V2s. Pretty easy to take apart if you had to maintain them and work on them yourself. They certainly don't make it very hard. I don't remember where that went. We'll figure that out when we put it back together.